And we are good to go live. Hi, everybody. Hope you're doing well today. So, for today's stream, we are, of course, playing some more Dawn of Sorrow, because we have made some good progress here, and we're probably going to make some more progress today. But I'm probably going to keep today's stream a tad short because, well, I'm not sure if I should keep it short or not, but the length of today's stream might be dependent on a few things, is how I'll say it. Because I mentioned it on Blue Sky, but I had recently went under a pretty bad situation involving my lower back. So my comfort this stream might be a bit off, and if that ends up being the case, I may end up ending relatively soon. Like, I'm feeling a lot better now versus how I was, but I can't guarantee if whether or not I'll be 100% for the stream. Like, even now, I'm not entirely 100%. I'm just better than I was a couple days ago. I can say that much. Yeah, it was not fun, but hope y'all are doing all right. I've been okay, all things considered. I started the... I watched the recent 3-episode batch of Arcane, and that's been the major thing that I've gotten into, alongside Don Da Don and a couple other things. I've also been playing a ton of the Dragon Quest III remake, because of course I have, and I really like that. In terms of other things that have happened, it's been pretty slow. It's not been a whole lot of major events going on, aside from most of the usual. So yeah, things have been normal. Now, if I remember right here, last time we played, we fought one of the trio, Yuri, something like that, and we got something out of him, and then we were about to fight the fire guy, and after that, we then talked to some people, and I think the current area I'm exploring is supposed to be the guest house area, which is just above with the weird patterning. Because I did the puzzle where you arrange a lot of rooms and then you're supposed to navigate through them that way. So we're likely going to be getting to the boss in that area too, and we've already made good progress. We're about 30% in the map, I want to say. And other thing is, I don't really know if there's any hints given as far as potential ways to get the true ending of this game, because just like in Aria of Sorrow, there's a true ending here that likely involves a lot of steps that are a bit out of the way, I guess. Oh, Soma, I've got word from Arikado. Would you like to hear it? Of course. Let's see. By equipping the amulet, it should suppress the darkness in your soul. You, of all people, should take no risk. I see. That's what Arikado had to report. Anything else today? Alright, do you have anything synthesized-wise that's good? Don't have great armor. I think I know where great armor is located, but I could be wrong. I don't have a mini devil soul yet. There we go. Alright, let's see real quick. Yeah, longsword. Yeah, I'm not taking the risks with the ranged spear-like weapons unless I have something that unless it's necessary for a fight.
Soma, did that guy come by?
What guy?
You know, that Arikado guy.
Oh, yeah, he's supposed to be keeping me under watch.
You don't have it so easy, do you? On to bigger things. I trust Yoko and all that, but that pretty boy Arikado, you think she could fall for him?
Maybe, but Arikado doesn't seem to be interested in anyone.
Yeah, that's a good point. You have to love in order to be loved in return, huh? Enough about pretty face. Let's talk business.
See, Hammer, the power move would be just that you ask him out on a date. That's the power move. You just do that. I think I'm good with just regular potions. Again, like it makes me really wonder how they'll end up changing if they decide to do the Arya duology after Nocturne. Like, how will they handle Soma in terms of characterization and everybody else? Because there are some differences as far as how Soma's characterization, well, not characterization, but how his character is started. Like how in the Japanese version of Aria of Sorrow, he's not an exchange student, he's just a regular Japanese high school kid. But, you know, they changed that for the West because gotta love that old school translation where God forbid your protagonist is anything but American. God, I hated that shit. Like that, and that's prevalent in not even just Castlevania. That's been something for a lot of shows that I would watch that are from localization periods that are around that time. I mean, shit, like even some of my favorites like Yu Yu Hakusho, if you watch that dub, as fantastic as it is, it's got that classic thing where it's like instead of yen, they say dollar for amounts that are meant to be paid. There's just a lot of holdovers of old translations from the 2000s that have yet to be really, you know, as nice as it would be to figure that out, it's, yeah. I still didn't figure out what the whole UMA thing is, though. Right? And I don't think Hammer had another map, but I can check. I'll go down back and check to see if he had a new map for me. Because I went into that area without any map for it, so I just want to see. Because getting a map for a place usually indicates where you're supposed to go next. So if I don't have it, then maybe I shouldn't be there right now. Do you have another map? No. And I already have all of your UMA stuff. And I still don't really know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this UMA information. Like, I don't know if it's information on bosses or what, but clearly it's something to do with a monster that I can find and get the powers of. All right, let's go. Okay, so for the garden, we could go in there, but there's that middle room that we can't enter, or can we? I'm gonna check real quick. God damn it, I've been playing too much Dragon Quest. So the menu button for Dragon Quest 3 is the top face button, as it usually is in most RPGs. And top face button here is that it's what does the soul ability that swaps between your two weapon sets that you have. God damn it. There's never a consistent fucking pause button, and it always bugs the shit out of me whenever I change games. It's gonna happen on a really bad moment. I just know it will. All right, enemy magic seal. I don't think I have the magic seal for the garden. There's also that spot in the bottom, so I may check that real quick. Oh wait, no, I can't because I need a swimming ability for that. Never mind. No, goddammit, wrong way. Pro controller. All right. Nope. Well, there is this hallway area that I haven't gone down. get a better... Looking at the map now. So that middle section that I know is a boss room, I can't enter that. Could loop around the top and then... Actually, wait, what is even... Hold on now. Hold on now. Ow. Hold on now. Let me see. So there's that little hallway there, and then there's another hallway to the left there. So let's go check those real quick. Chances are we may end up needing some kind of upgrade for it we don't have. Boom, 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 boom. Ow. So, yeah, I'm not gonna spoil... I was talking about Netflix Castlevania earlier, but I'm not going to spoil what happened in Arcane, speaking of Netflix, because, one, genuinely, if you have the ability to, you need to see it. Like, it's really proving to be one of those super perfect shows, and I mean that in every sense of the word. And it's been really fun to just have something to be excited about, in the same way that I have with Don as well. And in general, I'm just glad to see that a well-written, incredibly animated show that's got some genuine passion behind it is just available for people. Someday I plan on getting it in physical release as well, because I mean, I don't know if Netflix ever would get rid of Arcane from their library. I feel like the second they would, that would totally spell disaster for them, but you never know. They took the Marvel series off, and there was like another show that people were really mad that got taken off of Netflix, despite it being Netflix original. But yeah, someday I may try to find the, may try to get myself a copy of the Blu-rays and everything. The only reason why I haven't is because they're very expensive. I was once in a Barnes & Noble and I saw like season 1 Arcane Blu-ray, and I was like, ooh, that would be cool to have on my shelf. Then I saw the price and I went, that would have been a cool thing to have on my shelf. Because holy shit, I think it was like $40, something like that. It was expensive, and like, I find myself having a hard time justifying that kind of price tag if it's a series that is only 9 episodes long at the time, because you know, both seasons of Arcane are 9 episodes apiece. So I don't know, like, I feel like $40 is a tad steep. Like, is it a very special type of show that's very unique in its own way? Yeah, and I imagine for others maybe that price justification is okay. It just isn't for me. Like, I can't justify spending $40 for something that is below 10 episodes or even 12, 12 to 10 episodes in length. I can't. Like, no matter how good the show is, I'm like, ugh, unless I know I have the money to spare. So since there's the Dark Chapel too, but I feel like maybe that's also not a good call. Alright, well, so I can't check that hallway because it's a doll room where I need to get the wooden doll power. And there's some coffee. Because coffee is apparently super good healing items, as it should be, because coffee's awesome. I like coffee. But yeah, like, I'm saying this as somebody that grew up in the era of VHS and DVD tapes. VHS tapes and DVDs costing, God, how much? Like, it would be about $40 and you'd only get about 4 episodes of a show. Like, I was born and raised in that era, and like, trust me when I say, like, nowadays if you want to get yourself a DVD of a show that you really want, it's never been easier, especially if you get it secondhand. I mean, hell, quite literally, I got the entire, like, in a secondhand store that I really like, I got the entirety of Razafon on DVD. That was a good, and I would say that's a pretty decent investment, all things considered. It's Because Razafon's not a terrible show, and, you know, it's an entire anime for only about, like, well, I think it was around $30 or probably even around $20. I got a good deal on it. Actually, let's change equipment. Don't I have an axe? Yes. Oh, that's way better. So, yeah, my general deal is if I do find Arcane at a cheaper price, I would get it, but if I still see it at around that $40 price, I can't in good faith justify that at all. I would have to find it a good deal if I wanted to get it at a reduced, or if I wanted to get it on DVD for, you know, any amount. Oh, I see what, oh, I see what I'm supposed to do. Hold on. Because you can get on top of the bone towers, there we go. Oh, God. Well then, was it the, there, yeah, that was the button. God, I am fascinated at how they're able to translate DS mechanics like this into a control stick. It's such a cool idea. Now, UMA News 24. What is that? 2224. The light apparently came from thunderbolts. I wish that told me what the heck. Like, I don't get what it's telling me there. Ooh, war fatigues. Are those good? Defense low, attack high, strength high, and down. No, maybe if I wanted, maybe if I got to a higher level and I was able to power through stuff, but not with this. No. Okay, so back to longsword. There we go. Now there's this puzzle. I have no idea how we're gonna get to solve that. Because I feel like this higher C is the key. And unfortunately, these are not the right keys that you could Megalovania or I thought I said Megalomania for a second. No, I had it right. Up in the sky, is it a man? Yeah, I don't think that is... No, I don't have any clues about the piano. I may look it up in the end, because so far nothing in the game has pointed me towards any kind of hint about what I'm supposed to do with that. But yeah, in any case, like, The matter of purchasing particular DVDs is also tricky, since there will also be certain releases of a thing that some will say is the superior version of it, or there'll be DVDs from a publication of a show that, you know, isn't around anymore. Like, y'all know Cowboy Bebop, famous anime, owned by Funimation before Funimation went down? Well, back in the day, the publication of the DVDs of Cowboy Bebop was done by Bandai. And I don't know how much a Bandai copy of Cowboy Bebop would cost nowadays, but I can tell you for certain it would be really pricey, since those particular DVDs are likely not in circulation anymore. Almost like how a lot of retro games aren't. So, and then there's a matter of some shows that are out of print that are probably gonna cost you an arm and a leg. Like, there was this one show that I spotted that was a mecha show called Giant Robo, where it was about this kid that was able to summon a giant robot, and it was Monster of the Week, kind of, and I think the DVD I spotted at a half price books was like $130 something, which is really high. But considering that show is, as far as I know, out of print and not available in many places to watch, yeah, it'd be pricey. Okay, no, so this was the right place to go. All right, here we go then. Oh. Oh, I forgot how disturbing that boss is. Ooh, this music. How am I? Oh. I did not mean to. Shit. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm supposed to do. Okay, it takes 2 hits. That's good. No, you don't, motherfucker. No, shit. Ow. Got it. Gotcha. Hold on. Shit. Am I dead? Probably dead. Oh, I would have been dead. God, this is a disturbing fight. I need to practice that one. Hold on. Hey, I know we're in the middle of a boss fight, but can I try that again? Hold on. Okay, X, B, A, X, Y. A. There. Ad break starting in 5 minutes. There we go. There we go. God, that Puppet Master fight is so gross looking, but it's such a cool design. Castlevania just has this macabre energy to it that's so fascinating to see, you know? Just the way it reimagines classic monster designs and comes up with its own, excellent. All right, so now that we have that, if my memory serves, what we're supposed to do with that is throw a puppet and switch places with it. So now, if I go back to that hall I was in, and I know this isn't the only one that had it like that. Actually, let's equip the Une back on. There we go. Okay, Quetzalcoatl. That's just faster if I just leave. All right. Like, this is something that you kind of equipped for the situation, and part of me kind of wants this to be a separate button as opposed to something you use the up and attack for, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Fucker. Hold on. There. God damn. Like, that shit is annoying. All right, so now, so there you go. Now, I don't remember what other walls were like that. I think not the two hallways that I tried to go down earlier, but I think the little spot there that's next to the hub area, I think that's one. Yeah, since I don't need that anymore, how about we change to the witch? Since that'll be good for... there. You know what? I'm kind of curious. Since these are voice clips from Soma, who is Soma's voice actor? Who is he? I might look it up later. I might look it up during the ad break. The fuck? Okay, first off, 50's damage or so. Ow. How do I... Waiter skeleton number 40. Well, I can't kill him probably unless I get him in one hit. Alright. Try to avoid the dancers. Another UMA. What the fuck are these things supposed to be for? There we go. UMA News 1-2. Devil, enter a pact with the devil to sharply raise my strength. All right, that works. Strength booster. I like that. Ow. Alright, well... Oh, I'm cursed. Fuck. Alright, do I have anything for that? I don't. Spotted near the mountain village. What the fuck are these supposed to be for? Alright. Well, in any case, let's go do BRB. Take the next 3 minutes to go use the restroom, get yourself water, or stretch, whatever you need to do. We'll be right back. And we're back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. So I'm cursed, so that's fun. Oh, God. All right. But I do enough damage now where I'm not worried. Please tell me broken wall. My quota of broken. I almost said broken walls. My quota of broken walls is so low right now, guys. I'm so scared that there's no broken walls. God damn it. Brain rot speak is starting to get at me too, and I don't like it. Like, y'all ever hear particular like brain rot type of talk, or there's a particular type of brain rot that I've been hearing that I tend to hear sometimes that where I'm just like, how does something like that completely alter somebody's vocabulary for a few months? And then I think back to Dracula Flow and I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. All right, we haven't been down here. Ow. Persephone, why are you a maid? Like, some of the decisions of enemy designs in this game really make me wonder, like, what made them think the name Persephone and Goddess of Harvest and go, ah yes, a maid will suffice as a character, as a monster design for this game. Such an odd decision. Maybe in the same way that Incubus has like a big old horn penis. You know what? To make this faster, I have an idea. There. Now I don't have to keep going into the pause menu. Okay, so that's that area explored. Alright, then there's the little room off to the side. Ooh. Ah, shit. Hold on. Fix that. Crimson Cloak. Is that any good? Oh yeah, it is. Still, I know why they don't, because Soma's sprite would have been a nightmare to keep editing constantly, but god damn it, it would be cool to have Soma be able to just wear different cloaks, at least. But they've got a color scheme for him and it works. Alright. I probably need to get a bat power-up to fly up to a lot of those corner areas that I haven't been able to get to. Yeah, I apologize if I go kind of silent at points. So to explain what happened, since I mentioned it on Blue Sky. So I was at work for my morning shift, and I was helping with putting away new items in the... I was helping with putting away items in the shelves at the store, and as I was bending down to open a box of prune juice to put on the shelf, I feel this intense pain in my lower back and hip area, and I can only describe what happened next as just me being on my ass trying to, you know, get up and walk, but I couldn't. And I had to be helped over to the register so they could sit and we could kind of figure out, like, okay, well, you're clearly in too much pain to work. So what happened is that my boss was clearly okay with letting me leave early, so I went to the chiropractor to get fixed up. And as it turns out, my hip was out of alignment. I don't know how that happened, but it did, so yeah, for yesterday and today, I've been kind of on the mend for that, but I'm better now than I was. It was just this sharp nerve pain, you know? It's never fun when your hip decides to give out on you like that. And I'm not even 30 yet, and already that happens. Ugh. It's like, It's like, couldn't my body wait till my birthday tomorrow for my hip to just be like, hey, you know what'd be really funny right now if I went out of alignment and made your entire right leg hurt? God. Anyway. Oh, Soma. I've got word from Julius. Would you like to hear it? Of course. Let's see. You can get through tight spaces if you could switch places with a small object. With your abilities, Soma, there may be a way to do that. I see. That's what Julius had to report. Anything else today? Okay. So, literally telling me about the power-up I just got telling me about the power-up that I needed after I already got it. Alright, we don't have anything new. Does Hammer have anything new? What do you have? I'll take some potions. That's probably what the katana can get upgraded to. You know what? That feels about appropriate for getting a gun. Just have a gun. Throwing sickle. Okay. Do you have any new good armor? No. Pendant, scarf, red scarf, lucky charms, soul eating. You know what else I just remembered? I had remembered that little room that's got the slot machine attached to it, but I might need to give that. Do I have it still? I do. So I gotta go back there and see if I can get the 777. So something else I did was that, against my better judgment, I took a look at the sneak peek for the Act 3 of Arcane, you know, the final 3 episodes that are going to be put out, and I was discussing why everything about it just seems so good with a friend of mine, and I got her into Arcane, and she is very arcane pilled right now, as they say, as the terminology says, and it's just fascinating to see how a property like League of Legends, which ubiquitously across gaming is considered to be a very toxic environment full of people that don't even really like playing it that much, or they like playing it but only because they've played it for so long that it's almost like a football thing for them, you know? And everything that surrounds it as side content, so your music videos, your character trailers, even that fighting game that they're making, all of it is just somehow more entertaining to a general audience than actual League of Legends. And Arcane comes along and it's like, oh wow, this is a genuinely great TV show that some will say is perfect, and it's attached to this game that people have extremely hit or miss feelings about. I don't know. I find that fascinating, and I can't think of many other game series that have something like that, where the side content surrounding the actual game franchise entertains more and is of a generally better quality than the actual games themselves. I mean, it's kind of like the equivalent of, if you know that movie Wish from Disney, so it kind of went through a similar situation with Arcane, where the actual movie itself is really bad, or boring. I think the consensus is that it's boring and bad. And the turnaround of it is that apparently the concept art of the movie and general storyboarding of what the movie was initially planned as was far better, But that's not what the executives wanted, because of course it wasn't what they wanted. And there's an entire fan base dedicated to essentially recreating the original narrative of that movie to make it not shit, which is, I don't know, fandoms are such an interesting thing. They can either be one of the best things about a property or the worst things. Projects like that are just interesting, you know? Like, that's the kind of dedication that causes stuff like the reanimated Kirby intro to happen. If you don't know what that is, dedicated Kirby fans had done this fun project where they went through the Kirby Right Back At Ya anime, and they decided to basically reanimate the entire thing in varying different styles. So, I don't know, I just find that really interesting to witness, because people just are that passionate about it. And, you know, all power to them. They like the thing that they have, or they saw the potential in a thing that they could have liked, but it got fucked up somehow down the pipeline. Actually, you want to know something? As mean as this joke as mean as what I'm about to say could potentially be, I feel like it also could be a case made. Do you think Sonic may fall into that same category with Arcane, where a lot of the stuff surrounding it is good and people like that, but the actual game series is very hit or miss for a lot of people? Because what some say is the best Sonic game ever is dependent on the individual, obviously. But you then consider that Sonic is more than the games right now. He's got an entire comic line that a lot of people say is some of the best stuff for his characterization. And then you've got Sonic Sat AM, and there was something else. There was another Sonic Sat AM and some of the other TV shows. Granted, like, the quality of those is not anything close to Arcane, but my point is that Sonic is also a part of that, I'd suppose, as a franchise where a lot of its surrounding more side content or secondary media-based stuff is something that fans find more fascinating and enjoyable than the games. So, yeah. And I can't really speak in terms of the quality of that. I just know that Sonic comics exist and people like them, because I didn't even know Sonic had comics until like 2017, I think. I never knew it, you know? I never knew Sonic actually had a comic book line with Archie, of all things, and then apparently the IDW stuff is also high up there, to the point where one of the head writers of it has been writing a lot of Sonic media lately. I think it was Ian Flynn, who did the Shadow animations that led up to Sonic Generations / X Shadow. So, yeah, again, something that wasn't related to the game somehow coming out and people really liking it. Now, I feel like for that case, it's not anything close to the League of Legends thing I was talking about, because at the very least, Shadow Generations is good, but I think the point stands. You know, there are lots of franchises where their initial media is not the thing that people tend to gravitate towards. Actually, Pokemon's kind of like that too, considering, you know, some have gotten into Pokemon through very different ways. Some have gotten into it through the anime, some did it initially with the games, others with the card game. Somebody probably played Hey You Pikachu and became a Pokemon fan after that, and to that person I say, that's an interesting pipeline. like me, for instance, I think my initial Pokemon discovery was through a puzzle game on the Game Boy Color. It was a match 3 puzzle, no, well, kind of match 3 Tetris-y kind of game. And, oh God, I wish I remembered what it was called, but that was my initial introduction to Pokemon, because that was way before I even knew about the show. I don't remember how old I was, but it was, I think it was, I was in a Best Buy with my parents and they got me a Game Boy Color with that game, and I think that was it. At least I think it was Best Buy, because the inside of the building was blue. Again, memory's iffy on that because I was very young, but I remember that much. Excuse me, I gotta adjust. And actually, speaking of Pokemon, so I don't know if y'all saw, but there's been a recent trend going around about a new mobile Pokemon game based off of the card game, which, in my past experience, I always found the card game kind of complicated looking in terms of how you play it, but apparently this pocket version, as it's called, is far more accessible to people who just want to collect cards, play a more casual version of the game, and also get to see a lot of the cool Pokemon card art that gets made. And I can say for certain that I got the game myself, and I chipped away at it a little bit today. That was all I did. I just kind of looked at it for a little while and I went, okay, this could be a fun pastime to kill a few minutes, open some booster packs, and then that's it. That's all I did. Dragonazo? How the fuck do you pronounce that? Raise resistance to flinching upon taking damage. Oh, wait, hold on. That could be huge. Yeah. I'm taking that. That's really good. Okay. I was just checking to see if there are any ledges that I could get up, and that is not the case. Oop. Oh no. Hello. Woo. Okay, I'm getting damaged. I also noticed that I'm low on potions. Please let this next room be a save room. Please. Oh. Well, let me get some water in my system before I do line reads. Julius, what are you doing here?
Huh? Oh, it's you. This door is sealed by a powerful barrier. Something's behind it, too.
Do you sense something bad?
Yes. I can feel it in my gut, and it doesn't feel good. My tummy hurts, Soma. I had really spicy burrito earlier. My tummy hurt. Unfortunately for now, it's impossible to check what's behind the door.
Why's that?
The barrier's too strong. I may be able to crack it, but just a bit. It'd be better to contact Yoko and await help. What about you?
Well, I described what I discovered to Julius.
The Dark Lord's candidate. It sounds as if that should be my next target. I'll catch up with Arikado.
There we go. Okay, so that wasn't a save room. That was a plot room. not one breakable wall. I feel like as soon as I get that eye monster skill, that might be the one that helps me find hidden rooms and hidden walls. Unless they're just not in this game, I don't know. Silver stud. Is that good? Defense lower, int up. Ah. I don't even really know what int does in this game. Actually, wait, what does int do? Int increases soul damage. Oh, I see. So, int is the stat responsible for making my soul attack stronger. Got it, okay. I also want to check, who are you voiced by? He had a voice in Harmony. Oh, right, Harmony of Despair. That was the multiplayer one. Hikaru Midorikawa. Why does that name sound familiar? Oh. Oh, that's why. Oh, cool. Right, that's why his name sounded familiar. Okay. Yeah. That's really fun. So Soma Cruz's VA in this game and an Aria of Sorrow is the same voice actor for Marth. That's really cool. I did not know that. Neat. My guess is that they ever got to doing the Sorrow duology for the Netflix Castlevania series. I imagine maybe they could get him as the Japanese actor for Soma if they had him in. That'd be pretty rad. Ow. Oh, that's... Hold on, what is that? I want to see how good that is. Equip. Can that? No, I can't. Woo. Oh, you fucker. Oh. That is some good damage. No. Oh, God. Did the Fleetman just go off screen? All right, it off screen. Cool. Lovely. Whoa. Ow. What in the name of God? Oh my God, there was somehow a gap there. There is a very strong chance that I would have died. Ooh, an S-Stock. How is that versus my longsword? Okay, I can handle that for a little while. Downside is I have no healing items at all. Ugh. Oh, come on. No. I'm not fucking with the werewolf. Really? Oh God! I'm dead. You know what I could have done there? I could have, do all that again. I could have saved, like, middle of that area. All right, well, first things first, I'm getting some more goddamn health potions. Yeah, that's one feature that I know I'm forgetting about whenever I play this, is that I do have the option to just have the game give me a save state so that I can live more easily. And that's the other thing that I like about these ports, is that they've added some options that really help the player in terms of viability for playing some of the games, especially the not so good ones. I mean, shit, I mentioned it before, but if it was not for the rewinding, that's it. If it wasn't for the rewind feature for the advanced collection, straight up Circle of Moon would have been the bane of my existence. Oh, wait, hold on. I can rewind here. Oh, but only back a certain amount. I was like, why is the menu thing not showing up? Oh, I should have done that earlier. Fuck. Oh, well. Oh. Actually, wait, that works out in my favor. I get my Great Armor Soul to use for my longsword. Ow. That actually worked out in my favor. Hold on. Can I get another one, or no? No, probably not. That was my one. Ow. Okay. First thing I'm gonna do is buy some potions from Hammer, because I desperately need those. There. Do I get high potions too? Yeah, I should. It's not like I'm really gonna plan on buying a whole lot of weapons from Hammer. It's just because, like, most of the time I'll find what I want in the overworld and then I can upgrade with Yoko. How are things? I think it's going okay. I'm sure you'll get through this. So how can I help you? Fragrach. Right? Is that how you pronounce that? Ooh. Oh. A Hrunting, Mollusca, or a Treant for Mistletoe. Alright, well now we have a stronger weapon. And I think it's stronger than that Estoc I found. Okay. So, next thing we do... What was to the right there again? I forget. I mean, I know where to go now, thankfully. I feel dumb for not having all the healing items I needed. And now they know there's a rewind feature. That's huge. Ow. Ow. Oh, it was this room. Right, the shortcut. Oh, God. Sorry, I'm adjusting. Ooh, Ghost Dancer. Alameric Sniper. Is that good? I think this was good since I could summon multiple at once, but I don't remember. Let me test it real quick. Ah, yep. Sure enough, I can. Cool. And it does a lot of damage, too. Jesus Christ, yeah. I like this thing. 2 hits versus 4, I think, from the witch. Jesus Christ, that's good. All right, let's save again since we now have a better weapon and we got some good stuff out of that. If I could just get one of these tiny devil souls, that'd also be pretty nice. Because apparently luck is what... Actually, hold on. Luck determines the soul drops, so I don't know how much this could affect it, but I'll try. Oh, come on, you little shit. Give me your soul. There. Fuck it. All right. I feel really nostalgic playing this. Just seeing the kind of way that the game looks, you know? Like, I never really grew up on a lot of the more handheld Castlevania games because Castlevania wasn't really on my radar as a kid, but I don't know, just getting to play something DS era always feels nice. And then I think back to earlier today when I learned that apparently the Nintendo Wii is 18 years old, which... Oh, God, like, I can't believe that the Nintendo Wii is 18 years old. Oh, I learned that today, and I genuinely felt a part of disintegration happen to me. Like, nowadays, you could probably, like, people can try and argue cases about how GameCube and PS2 stuff is more retro now, and how, you know, the Wii is going to be closely up behind on that. And we kind of see that in the way that a lot of indie games have done a lot of retro style with low poly visuals, like PS1 to PS2 era stuff, and that makes me wonder if whether or not there will be nostalgia-based indie games made from the 360 and PS3 era when the technology just wasn't there for realistic graphics yet, so everybody just kind of looks weird, and all the textures are incredibly muddy and sort of that grayish brown color. You know the era I mean, right? Where it was just realistic shooters back to back like that. or either realistic shooters or just a lot of games that had a very similar look and color palette. Because let's face it, while there were certainly good games that came up in the 360 and PS3 era, some of them have not aged the best, especially in the visuals department. Alright, I don't think this Ghost Dancer luck thing is working out. Yeah, let's get the golem back on here. Right, that can open. There we are. Still no soul, though. Okay. I have healing items, and I remember that I can rewind now. Oh, that also kills him in one hit. I'll take that. Oh, God. All right, then we'll click through the dialogue with Julius here, being like, hey, man, I found this weird door. Smells like weed behind there or something. I don't know. They're smoking something. And Soma's like, oh, that's crazy, bro. Anyway, here's what I found. Here's what I found. Hey, Julius, you find wall chicken yet? All right. God damn, that's a good soul to have. Like, genuinely, that Archer soul is one of my favorites. It's so strong. I think I may know what boss I'm gonna be fighting next. If I remember right, let's just say that the vertical design of this is not just because it looks cool. All right, fuck it. I'm not fighting that thing. Oh, God. Again, that's so conspicuous, you'd think, but no, it's not a hidden wall. There's not been one hidden wall. Aria of Sorrow had hidden walls. Where are the ones here? I feel like I'm going crazy. Kung Fu suit. Oh. Wait, oh, that is just a full-on Bruce Lee reference. That's fun. Yeah, it's the yellow shirt that he wears. That he wore in that one movie. Ow. I love that the axe just falls off screen like that. It looks so silly. Okay, is the S-Stock better? It's just as strong. Okay. Well, I think I'll keep the regular sword because I think it's got a faster attack rate. Hold on. Actually, they're about as even. They're pretty even, actually. I think I'll stick with this. I think it's a little faster, but I could be misconstruing. top off my health real quick. I need to stand up. Give me just a moment, everybody. Yeah, my hip may not be hurting as bad as it was a couple days ago, yesterday, but it's still not, I'm still not at 100%. I even skipped my Ring Fit workout this morning because I just, I can't squat. I couldn't squat this morning at all. It was not fun. Okay, I'm good now. God, I love this Archer Soul. Ow. It's just so good, and I can summon 2 at once, which makes it even better. The fuck? 3s. I see a 3 and a 0. I have no idea what that's for. And another UMA. What did I just grab? Sightings of the creature high in the sky. Okay, these publications offer hints about the existence and locations of the 3 cryptids that appear in Dawn of Sorrow. I see. Okay, so alright, so it doesn't seem like they're bosses. Instead, what needs to happen is I need to do a set of instructions, I guess, to lure them out. Okay, so all of these news reports are just about 3 enemies that I can find, which seems to be Abominable Snowman, Mothman, and a flying person, flying humanoid. Yeah, okay. Good to know. So, I guess I can probably look up the steps after. I saw briefly the description on one, and it said something like, oh, you gotta get the curry from the butler skeleton, which... I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get that. That guy runs into the wall easy. And I'm suspecting that if they die by other means than me fighting them, then that doesn't count as me potentially getting the soul. All right. Let's go ahead and fight. Yeah, I remember you. Gregoth. Uh-oh. Uh-oh! Ow! Okay, good thing I saved. Okay, note to self, don't get too close to him or else he'll fart on me and I'll turn to stone because his smells were so bad. It's the boy, it's the boy. It's the boy and his laser. It's like the laser collection, right? That was around this time frame, right? And if you don't know what the laser collection is, please don't make me feel older than I already do. Please. Ow. Oh, shit. Yeah, I had an inkling I'd die easily to that. Ow. Oh, that's why I don't have enough mind. His shackles are off, just like Shadow the Hedgehog, the inhibitor rings, right? Right? Like that? Am I right about that, chat? Is he like Shadow the Hedgehog? The inhibitor rings? Ow. I would have laughed so hard if that sliding kick was the final hit. God, this boss theme is so good. Oh, shit. There we go. And with that, that's Gurgoth done. Fire a devastating laser beam. That's part of the fun when it comes to this game being in the setting that it is. Because since it's pretty far into the future, we're now at the point where Soma can just use laser beams. So was that a blue soul it said? Yes. Cool. Ah, but I can't use it in midair. That sucks. Okay, there was a... Let's head back over to the boss room and get ourselves across that walkway. Man, something about the DS's 3D visuals really shows just how cool it could end up looking with how the devs could imagine things. Like, this background is 3D and is able to provide a real sense of depth. Just, it's such a cool idea. Cool usage of it. All right. Whoop. Chat, I think I might, oh God. I think I might end up having stream not be that long after all tonight because my hip is still not doing so hot, and I think maybe I might go for maybe 3 hours at most tonight. It's not horrible, but it's not really helping me a whole lot with my gameplay here. So yeah, sometime at around the 3-hour mark is where I'll probably stop. Also, we have an ad starting in 5 minutes, so we'll get our ad break in soon. So I can at least get up and stretch then, so that'll work. All right, so next, and I want to go to Yoko to see if we can upgrade the S-Stock at all, because if that could be stronger than the longsword chain that I've been doing right now, that'd be really nice. All right, we're gonna save actually, since we just fought a boss and we don't want to lose that progress. Wait. Oh, I see. If I hold it, it does the rewind. If I just tap it, it does the menu. Got it. Okay. So I was wondering, like, how did I activate it even though earlier I was able to just, you know, do the menu with the left trigger, but turns out it's two different functions. Right, because ZR is used for the cursor thing. You know, this kind of brings up a question. Chat, what is a DS kind of line of games that you would want to see brought over to modern platforms? Like PC or what have you. Because we've gotten pretty exemplar examples of games that have been able to make it to the Switch from the DS with relative ease. And, you know, some adjustments withstanding, they've been pretty competent ports. Oh, welcome. By the way, how do you think Mina's doing? I bet she's worried. I know. With a boyfriend like you, it can't be easy for her. Boyfriend? We're not. You don't need to be so bashful. You're so easy to tease, you know that? So what'll it be today? No, you don't understand, Yoko. I'm a protagonist. All I know how to do is protect people and look cool with white hair. All right, let's see what this... Oh, cool. Still need a mini Devil Soul. Katana, hammer, axe, polearm. Aha! White dragon. I see. Okay, so they're roughly the same upgrade amount. I just don't know when I'm gonna run into a white dragon. All right, do you have... Yeah, let's get some more potions out of you. Do you have any more castle maps? No. Okay. Well, we got the tower key. Does that have anything attached to it? An oddly shaped key. I think I know where I'm supposed to put that. So let's head over to the teleport room to get ourselves over there. I think it's the one that's here. At least I think it's this one. Yes, it is. All right. Well, we have an ad starting in about 10 seconds, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the BRB, as I mentioned before, take this time to get yourself some water, use the restroom, stretch if you need to. I'm gonna need to stretch or something. BRB, everybody. And we're back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. I've stood up, I've stretched, and now we can continue. So, something I'd mentioned earlier is that I've been going through the Dragon Quest III remake, and that game has been a real experience to go through since I had played a good amount of it before, but one, that was a very long time ago, like initially when, like long before the remake was ever announced. So getting to play with a new coat of paint like that is very nice alongside all the other quality of life benefits, like the ability to commit to memory interaction you have with an NPC. So if it's an important NPC that's telling you about your next destination, or if it's a clue to a puzzle, you can press the top face button and just commit the statement to memory, which I used for a puzzle, which was really nice. And I used again to figure out where I was supposed to go next, which was also really nice. And at this point in the game, I am at the orb collection part of the game. So if you know your Dragon Quest, you know what that means. And I can say for certain that it's been a fun experience, but it has some difficulty spikes that I have been having some genuine problems with. Not horrible problems, mind you, but I have been getting my ass kicked a lot in some of the boss fights, because on top of my party dynamic not exactly being the strongest at points, like it's a good party, but until I got the ability to change jobs, it was kind of rough to start. I also have a knack for really horrible RNG during a fight. So, take this for instance. I reach a sequence in a game where I'm grabbing an orb and a monster comes out that's like, give me that now or perish by my magic, and then you initiate the fight, and the guy does a lot of spell damage. And the hero, when leveled up enough, has a spell that makes it so enemies can't use spells for a few turns. However, RNG dictates that that spell only lands on an 60-70% of the time, and only lasts for maybe 2 of the boss's turns at most. So at that point I was just like, yeah, I'm not doing that yet. So yeah, like, it's open-ended to an extent as far as what orbs you get, but for some places you will completely get demolished before you even have the chance to. So what can you do? So other than that, I've been having a good time with it. It's been fun to revisit. The music's still really good, and the HD 2D visuals for the game have been beautiful, except there's been a couple things that have bugged me. One, they did not fully fix certain translation issues, and I'm not gonna say like, oh, the script's not exactly how it should be, or they changed this thing and that thing from the original. No, I'm not gonna say that, because a change can sometimes be made for a good reason, or something like that. I've been seeing some takes on reviews that I don't personally agree with when it comes to the translation, but particularly what I'm pointing out is the revive spell. So like any JRPG, Dragon Quest has a spell that can revive your party members if their HP is 0. The spell is called Zing normally, Z-I-N-G. And the version of it that is a more powerful version that fully restores your party members is Kazing. In this remake, I think this will get patched at some point. It's called Zin. It's just Z-I-N. I feel like maybe they just didn't finish that, or nobody gave it a second glance, which really befuddles me, unless they decide to now call it Zin instead of Zing, which is weird because it's been Zing since quite literally the inception. Like, how do you overlook that? How do you overlook a spell name like that? That's so weird. But the only other problems that I've had with it are mostly graphical and performance based, but that might be my own fault because I'm playing the Switch version, which I find kind of interesting because other times when I've played these HD 2D games on Switch, they've performed pretty nicely, save for some slowdowns in areas that got very busy, like most of the Octopath towns that are a lot more, densely populated or have a lot of buildings to them, that caused some slowdown, but I never experienced what I experienced in the Dragon Quest remake, not even from Live Alive, where I will have enemy sprites full on have flickering shadows on their sprites or flickering shadows on the ground. And at one point I noticed in the minimap that apparently there were these 3 sprite lines that just went straight down after a certain point from where the map would initially cut off. So, yeah, I think the game's kind of got some visual hiccups that need a little ironing out. Now, I probably could have avoided this if I picked maybe the PlayStation or the PC version, but a part of me just always likes having JRPGs on a mobile platform, like on some kind of handheld device, because they're just so perfect for that. And yeah, like every other Dragon Quest I own is on a Nintendo platform that's handheld. I've got 5 on the DS, I've got 6 on the DS, I've got 11 on the Switch, and now I have and now I have Dragon Quest III Remake. So could I have picked a different version that probably wouldn't have these? Yes, but I decided on what I decided on, and I'm okay with it. Besides, I feel like they'll probably patch it at some point. It's just been interesting to see that this so far is visually the least stable versions of the HD 2D games. And by least stable, I don't mean like, oh, it'll crash. I mean just it occasionally has weird shadows freaking out and a lot of slowdown. That's honestly it. But considering that we do have a Switch successor on the horizon at some point, and it's been confirmed that that's backwards compatible, I feel like that won't be as much of a problem, because if the Switch successor could be something as strong as around the PS4 or what have you, that basically eliminates a lot of the performance problems that I think a lot of people will or have had for the Switch for a long time now, since Jesus, for 7 years now. The Switch is 7 years old. Ugh. Jesus, where did the time go? But yeah, that's the thought, is I'm having fun with Dragon Quest, got some problems, and definitely have had my fair share of shit luck, because there's been a lot of times where I just died to enemies getting crits on me, but that's part of what happens in JRPGs with RNG in them. Just all that RNG can really hurt you as much as it hurts your enemies. I do like the voice acting additions though. It's just thrown me off though, because aside from Dragon Quest's Monsters, the Dark Prince, the new one that came out recently, 8 and 11, no other Dragon Quest has had voice acting. And the retro games in particular have always just been this classic vibe of like only text on screen with the characters moving, but no, there are moments in it where there's voice acting, and I've just been kind of playing it to the side as I'm watching a video or watching a stream or something, and then I hear like a king or something talk, and I'm like, oh shit, gotta take the headphones off, you know? Like, oh god, Cockney accents. So it's been throwing me off, but it's been fine. The voice acting's been pretty good all around, so that's nice. You've only come this far? You seem to be taking this rather leisurely. What are you trying to say? Dario has grown stronger by fusing with the demon of fire I summoned for him.
I see. Is that your plan? Soma, back off!
Harikado, Julius too? Your presence is without meaning. No one can stop Dario now. The advent of the new Lord of Darkness is all but certain now.
Julius, I'm sensing a surge of magic from beneath the groundwater. It must be Dario. You go after him. I'll track down Celia. Soma, from here on, you stay away and let us take care of it.
Cue the short video of the iRobot robot turning and saying no. Oh god. Clock tower and Medusa heads. Oh god. Not this shit again! Five. Shit. mean, at least these aren't the Medusa heads that petrify you. That would suck. Yeah, I remember this room. Ow. Oh, that sound effect. That default hit sound effect is so 2000s. I remember watching many a stick figure animation that had that sound effect in spades. You know, back when Flash was the predominant animation thing for a lot of people on the internet. Ah, come on. Ah. Shit. God, I can't believe that I never looked up Soma's actor before and that he's Marth. That's such a cool discovery. All right, let's... I need to heal again. Oh, God. I'm gonna do something silly. Let's do that. God, I love that feature. It's so good. Oh, I remember these fuckers. Did it off screen? Did it off screen. All right. Maybe it wasn't this game. I remember I did that because I remembered a room once in a Castlevania game where if you stood in front of a mirror, it would attack you. Like it was a mirror enemy, but I can't remember if it was in this game or something else. Get the fuck over here. Gotcha. Ah, come on. These platforms are so weird. Oh God, you wanna know what I just thought of? If the Sorrow duology did get a Netflix adaptation from the same studio that did Nocturne and the olds, but that's doing Nocturne and the other Castlevania series, what character do you think will end up being the major thirst trap for the Sorrow duology? Because I think Alucard's a given, considering he's also in there, but... Oh, God. Oh, God. But I feel like Julius could end up being like that. Scrungly Julius man out of his own time with a goatee and is super powerful. I think he could be a part of that thirst trap situation. We could see Julius fan cams in the future. I don't know if Graham would get any though. No, probably not Graham. Maybe Yoko. But I think it would be Julius and Arikado. I feel like the ship potential is already there too. Oh god. It's Oh, come on. Oh god, you can bounce. God damn it. Une. There. Fucker. Please. Oh, come on. Well. That was not a wise rewind. You know, part of me really misses an item that would give me the ability to just warp to town. Forgot I didn't have that on. Hold on. Actually, I should have the witch on. That would be better for these guys. There we go. Oh, you shit. There. There. Please, I just need a high potion. I'm begging you. Oh, come on. Oh, I changed the switch. Oh, I could change the layout if I hit the minus button. I like this layout way more. Hold on. If I'm careful. Yeah, I did the rewind because I really did not feel like going all the way through all this again. Like, I'm gonna try and use the rewind as minimally as possible, but let's face it, there will be some instances like this where evidently I'm just not at all feeling confident in my survivability. Yeah, and there's not a chance on that either. Get. Gotcha. Wait, is this a dead end? Eh? All right. Hold on. See, now that's just unfortunate. There. God, I love the bass line in this theme. So good. Oh, another boss room. Okay. You know what? That's fine. Save room. Let's save. Okay, so we just fought the boss in the Coliseum Tower looking thing, so what am I fighting here? Wait. Is what's flying in the background a clue? I feel like it might be. Do I need to change my stuff? Let's switch to the archer. Okay, before I go in there, I'm practicing that rune, or the magic seal. Hold on. Okay, it is X, O, X. Oh, press L. Hmm? Oh, not, oh, I'm dumb. Meant the bumper. X, L, A, B, Y, R, X, B. All right, well, the buttons will show up again when I beat the boss, so we'll see about that. Oh, it's this guy. Is this a Dio? No, that is a Dio reference. The knives and everything. It's a Dio reference. That's fun. He even said Tokyo Tomare. Ow. It's a motherfucking JoJo's reference. Okay. I feel like me not having any healing items is not helping me here. What would be a good... What would be a good... I think the sniper does well for damage, and I want to try the laser beam since I don't need to hover in the fight. All right. How much damage is that? Oh. Oh, that's not worth it. Never mind. Never mind. Oh. Okay, now I know that the laser beam, while cool, does not do much damage against this guy. Good to know. In that case... You know, as dumb as the stylus stuff for the magic seals was, at least it's probably faster than trying to read the button prompts. But the button prompts are generally better. Is that stronger than the... Nope, the archer's stronger. Ow. Holy shit, what is the range on your dash? Okay. There's no teleport room, so... I could... You know what? Since I've got the save room, I can explore a little bit, I think. Because if I could find a teleport room to at least get myself some potions from Hammer, that would be stellar. That would be just wonderful. Maybe see if I can get some upgrades from somewhere else. Fuck it, damage boosting. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get through that unscathed. I don't think you're able to. Can't even slide under that. I'm sorry, is that enemy called a bugbear? That is not a fucking bugbear. That is not what a bugbear looks like. Huh? First Persephone is a maid, and now we've got bugbears that are eyeballs? What? That is not what a fucking bugbear looks like. Oh, it's another save room. Okay, so that's what that is. I think witch for this place. Try an idea. Never mind, I didn't need to. Alright, will this work? No. There. It ain't a Castlevania game unless we have a sequence where you're swinging across on a pendulum. Oh, God. Why do you have to show up here? Fuck. Okay. It's a big area. Oh, God. What sucks is that these enemies probably barely provide any good experience either. Ooh, hello. Army jacket. How good is that? It cuts pretty much everything. All right, low on health. Oh, come on, please, get. Alright, so we have not found a single teleport room yet. Ugh, I'm hurting for one. I'm hurting for one bad. You know, me spamming that a whole lot just feels like the equivalent of having Magic Missile as a cantrip. It just feels busted at points because a lot of enemies seem to be really weak to this spell. Ow. Bitch. Malachy? Ow. Oh. Okay, I destroyed both. No. God. I have no healing. Please. Why is this not a hidden wall? Please give me a fucking... I either need a healing or I need a teleport. For the love of God. I'm starved. Please. Holy shit. Oh. We looped back here. What in the name of God? Oh, shit! No. Oh, I'm here now. Oh, I'm here now. I know this one. I know this one because... I think there's an item here that I haven't been able to get, right? It's a bunch of Yoriks. No. I died by way of pissed off skeleton. This is gonna be slow. Okay, do I have it? There. Okay. Nothing for that. Alright, what is down here? Oh God! I am starved. I am 1 foot in the grave, and I'm hungry for help. Oh Christ, I forgot they can go through walls. I had something that honed in better. Okay, thank God. Oh. Ah! Oh, I have no idea how strong or weak that thing is. Well, it's weak. Is that even worth it? It wasn't even worth it. Maybe for upgrades, but it's not. Soma getting a gun is not the solution here. Jesus God. You know what? It probably would be easier if I just started over. I got a save point. It's just... Probably be better if I just went to the other warp room that I was at. Just get healing items and come back. Not make it any more complicated. This witch soul is so good. Probably one of my favorites so far that I've gotten in the game. Alongside the sniper. I like the sniper too. Okay. I mean, at the very least, we know where we're supposed to go next. So that's nice. Only thing is... I'm still uncertain as to what I'm supposed to be looking for when it comes to the true ending requirements. Because I don't know if I need a particular set of souls or if I need to do something different. Because if I remember right, for Dawn of Sorrow, you need to do something different. Whereas in Aria of Sorrow, you needed to equip 3 specific souls while fighting Graham. So, yeah, chances are I may have to look it up because I don't remember if this game really tells you where you're supposed to be going for that. All right, potion seller, I need your strongest potions.
Ever wonder how Mina's doing? Bet you want to see her, huh?
Yeah.
Stop blushing, you baby. So what'll be today?
All right. We'll buy 6 of these. And do you have anything new in the... Nope, nothing there. Halberd, mace, battle axe, blunt sword. Nothing really new there. Cool. And I was wrong, I don't need the doll ability for that little room to the right. But I did need it for somewhere, I don't remember where though. Get the heal off of the save room. All right. So, only course of action is just to go down through the clock tower again. Watch one little misspeak that I end up getting where I call it the cock tower. I'm gonna try and watch myself, but I'll have a slip up at some point and just know it. I love the little subtle sway of Soma's jacket as he's standing. Like, it's not a super huge billow or anything, but it's a really small detail that I like. Again, I love the little details when it comes to any kind of animation where it's just something that you never really think that somebody would care to animate on a character like that, but they do. And it's just really fun to notice. I was talking about Arcane earlier, and Arcane is just full of that detail. Like, it is full of that kind of detail where you see some kind of VFX thing show up or a character do a small, and I mean small, gesture that you just wouldn't even think would be important to animate, but they chose to do it anyway. Just good shit. I love that. All right, well, we'll go this way. Might as well go get the handgun. Actually, no. Get it after the boss fight. Because at the very least, if I get a warp room near the Dio fight, then I can be able to get the... Oh, come on. Then at the very least, I can get... get an easier means to go back to the hub world and then go through the garden's other room to get the gun. Although if I remember right, guns were kind of shit in Aria of Sorrow, so I don't know how much better they'll be here. At least I think guns weren't that good, right? Am I remembering that correctly? I think they weren't. I thought the... Shit. Back shots. And just top off with 1. Jesus Christ. Fuck it. Damage boost. Oh, come on. Get out. There. This place, it's a drain. It's draining me dry. There's nothing there. And I just respawned those like a dope. There we go. And a level up. I'll take that. There we go. That's not a fucking bugbear. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Why call it that? Why call it a bugbear? It's clearly not. I guess maybe because a actual bugbear would look a little too close to the werewolf design in this game, but I just find that such an odd choice of a name for that enemy design. Actually, I'm curious about something. Hold on. I'll check it when I'm in the save room, but it's about the S-Stock again. Because I may switch to it depending on if its startup for the attack animation is faster than the sword. Oh, that may be the case, actually. Let's try with the S-Stock. All right, sniper. Anything else that I want? Let's try and summon a bat. Why not? Have something alongside me. All right. Never mind. Bat is not a good idea. Bat is not a good idea. Come on. Oh. Fuck, are you faking me out? Oh, okay, that's better. And part of the reason why that attempt was better was because I remembered I had a double jump. I had the same problem when I was fighting the final boss on 9 Souls 2, where the boss fight just makes me forget that I have an upgrade that I can use. You know, just one of those classic problems. You go through a boss fight that's so intense you forget you have an upgrade. That's really useful. Yeah, I think the S-Stock may be the way to go here. What the fuck? Oh, I hit X. God damn it. That was a bad attempt. I accidentally hit X first instead of up and attack, and that caused the other loadout I had to, you know, be ready. Hold on. I'm gonna save with this so that I don't have to keep switching around after I die. When? Actually, hold on. What year did this come out? $2005. Wow. A Dio Brando reference in 2005. Because that's long before the new JoJo series came around and made Dio popular again, or made him more popular than he used to be. Because primarily, the only way you would ever really know about Dio Brando's The World or his Now Time at Tokyo Tomare meme is if you saw the OVA from the 90s that nobody can get anymore. And if you don't know that, one of the rarest bits of JoJo related stuff that you could see is this OVA series created in 1997, I think. And it was an adaptation of Stardust Crusaders where, for one, it looked gorgeous, and two, it was the center of a really huge political, controversial upheaval that led to a studio being unable to release a version of their story. And while DVDs were made and planned to be distributed, for one, it's out of print, and two, if you tried to get DVDs, especially of the 4th DVD out of a series of 6, you would actually have to pay a college tuition's worth of money in order to get that. I'm not kidding. Those DVDs are hard to come by. So, yeah, it's primarily through that people would know about Dio in the first place before the new anime came around and popularized JoJo again. So, that's pretty... 2005 for a Dio Brando reference in a game. That's pretty interesting. You know what my other issue is? Modern games have made me too used to enemies that don't hurt me on contact if they're weapon wielders. Oh, ad starting in about 5 minutes, just a heads up. This boss fight's tough, especially considering how little potions I've got to help myself out. Because, like, in games like Nine Souls, I'm used to only really getting damage when an enemy actively swings a weapon at me, and having contact damage is still not something I'm used to when I change back to these games. Yeah, I know the exact thing that's being referenced here too, in JoJo's, or from JoJo's rather. Actually, it even looks like he'd be designed by Araki. What's this guy called? Zephyr. Oh. It was XLAB. I have to practice it again. It's such a long rune. Why'd they have to make them so long? Why'd they have to make them so long, giggity? Okay, so so it's XLABYRXB. Jesus Christ. I'm just trying to get the sequence in my head because they couldn't have just kept it to like 4. I don't know. Like the magic seal thing is the one annoying part about this because I have to keep fighting the boss if I get it wrong, even though I got the fight done. And I think that's not exactly an uncommon thing, frustration people have towards this game. Because it's really good otherwise. It's more of that Aria of Sorrow goodness. It's just mired by a DS gimmick. I don't know how the hell I'm supposed to get out of that. All right, well, we're starting the ad break soon, so take this time to, as I say, go get water, stretch if you need to, and use the restroom if you have to as well. So, yeah, BRB, everybody. And we're back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Let's see if we can defeat the Dio reference. Since I'm just gonna call him that. Like, I know he's got a name that's different, but he's basically Dio. You know, I've been really curious about actually picking up the JoJo's manga. Like, since I've been really on reading manga a lot more, well, I say a lot more, but mostly keeping up with Dandadan, Hunter x Hunter, One Piece, and like, as much as I want to keep up with Vinland Saga, they have not been putting out new books yet. It's made me, although actually I say that, but they did put a listing up for a hardcover for Vinland Saga that's going to be coming next year, and I'm very hyped about that because, as many of you know, if you've heard me talk about Vinland Saga, it is my favorite manga, period. So actually, how's the knife arrangement? Yeah, guy just kind of stood there for a second and let me hit him. Huh. But yeah, I've thought about getting into the JoJo's manga a bit more, especially with probably I want to start reading part 7 and 8, and apparently part 9's really good, so I don't know. It's just something I thought about because I would say I'm more of a casual JoJo's fan. I'm not like that. I'm not a super huge JoJo's fan because I've not really consumed much outside of the anime, but I just hear a lot of the mangas where it's at. Although I really like the Part 5 anime, and apparently it did some ways of explaining King Crimson that was way better than what the manga could. So yeah, I don't know, there's just so much manga, and I still have yet to catch up with all the webtoons that I've been reading too. Like I've been attempting with one that I have called The God of Spring, and that's just one of like multiple that I just haven't been reading lately. I just haven't. And I've got a lot of ones that are really good. Like new season of Suitor Armor apparently had some real cool stuff happen in it, and I haven't been in it because I haven't read it. Left off where season 1 ended. Damn it, I need to get back in it again because I really like the webtoons that I've got. I mean, shit. Apparently, the God of Spring ended, and I just haven't been able to check it out. Been busy with stuff. And then there's just so much manga too that I've heard a lot of good things about, and I've saved a lot of them, and others I started and I know I need to restart, like Kaiju number 8 and Sakamoto Days. And I think I would probably want to prefer reading the manga of Sakamoto Days versus watching the anime, because the anime that's coming up next year looks fun, but from what I remember of the manga, the anime just kind of looks like it's not gonna give that kind of same John Wick-esque flow of action that the manga could. You know? Like, I wasn't really getting that feeling from the show, but I don't know, maybe I'll be wrong. Maybe I saw the trailer and it didn't leave a very strong first impression for me. Who knows, maybe I'll be eating my words when it comes out in January. think it's January, right? Yeah, January 11th. And that's coming out on Netflix. Kagurabachi! That's something else I'm reading. I'm reading Kagurabachi too. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot more reading of comics and webtoons lately. Alongside checking out some shows. I mean, shit, I'm hyped for Invincible Season 3 too. Like, I need to read the comics so that I can really see the true differences between the show and the source material, but considering the show is only going through the first book or so, in terms of the content that it's got, I think I've got time to get into the full compendium of Invincible. There we go. Good damage. Damn it, I hit L twice. I was like, did it go? It's not a full heal that the bosses get if I don't get the magic seal, right? It's not a full heal, is it? It's like a partial that's up to a certain amount. Cause God, if the bosses got full heals if you fucked up the magic seal, good lord. Actually, okay, so X L A B Y R X B. If I got to the magic seal again and I fuck it up, would y'all blame me if I rewinded? Because as these start to get more complicated, I feel like maybe a rewind wouldn't be too out of the question, right? Oh, that was a bad attempt. All right. I at least have something of a flow going here. I'm gonna go a little non-verbal to get through this fight, so I'll be a bit silent here. I didn't. I hit A instead of R. Oh no. Oh no.
There we go! Fucking damn. Whew. Okay.
So we got that. What does that soul do? Where is he? Where are you, Zephyr? Where are you, Dio? There you are. Stop time. Oh, that's generous. Oh, that's really generous. Whoa, hold on, wait. Whoa, 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 whoa. What did I just do there? Soma's got a down kick? When did he have a down kick? I didn't know he had a down kick. Huh. All right. Cool. Well, now that I got this, these are going to be a lot easier for me now. Oh. Oh, I can't go through there yet. No. I can't go through there yet. I find that funny. The platforms and gears move, but the enemies don't. There we go. Oh, wonderful. Just lovely. Okay. With that done, let's head back to the hub area and see if we can get some more info. Now, the other thing that I want to do is, now that I have this time stop power, I want to go find that butler skeleton again, because I saw apparently if you get the butler skeleton's soul, you can throw curry, and that is supposed to lure out the Yeti enemy. So I'm gonna try that. Welcome back, Soma. What would you like today? I want to try, and I can't get anything. I do want to get more healing items, though. How much money have I got? Never mind. Never mind. Okay. So, where was he again? It wasn't in... He was in a solo room, but I don't remember which room he was in. I think he was in the garden area, so let's teleport there and then head to the garden area and get him. See if we can get that enemy soul, and after that, we'll probably be where we end, because as I said, I wanted today's stream to be a bit shorter because of my aforementioned hip issues, so yeah, because I need to not be sitting for too long. It doesn't even cost that much to use either. Although it's probably not quite usable on bosses, which, unfortunate, but eh. All right. By the by, for anybody that's curious, since I was talking about JoJo's earlier, of the parts that I've gone through so far in JoJo's, my favorite part of JoJo's is probably between parts 4 and 5. 5 works as a self-contained story, but I really like the characters and the I really like the characters of 4, but I like 5's story a bit more. I just like the, I don't know, 5 just feels completely separate on its own for me, and since it doesn't seem to really need the other characters from JoJo's, like Jotaro or what have you, to be its own story. That's kind of where I'm at. Although, who knows, that may end up changing after I try and read JoJo's Part 8 and get to the guy that's got 4 penises. Or no, 4 balls, that's what he had. He had 4 balls. Was it 4 balls? I think it was 4 balls. No, it was 4 balls. I remember now, because I think the guy was named after an echidna, I think. But yes, you did hear me right. There is a character in JoJo's Part 8 that's got 4 balls, and that is quite literally the only thing I know about Part 8 of JoJo's, other than that Josuke is the protagonist again, and that for some reason he's wearing a sailor outfit, and I mean like old school sailor outfit. God, I love this time stop. It's so good. Kick a skull like a ball. Maybe I shouldn't be pausing it there. There we go. Ooh, got that one. There we go. Okay. God, I love Time Stop. It's so good. It is fucking great to use. I don't know where the butler enemy is. I found him early. Oh, wait. Was he in one of those rooms to the left? Or was he... Because the room that's not taken near the clock towers was the lucky room, like the room you needed to get the specific number. No, it was to the... I think it was to the left here. Yeah, I think it was. Okay, so if an enemy is large enough, they probably don't get affected. Okay, good to know. Yeah, that's the... Yeah, I think it was one of those rooms. I think it's the bottom one, if I remember right. So we use the time stop power on that, try and get the curry soul, and then that might be where we end it. I don't know if whether or not the cryptid souls might count towards the completion, or towards the best ending, though. Because again, I might need to look it up. Because when I first played this game, a couple years back, I think, I got the ending where you defeat Dario and, you know, you go back and everything, but you get that ending where it's like, oh, we defeated the candidates for the Dark Lord, but I don't know, something just still feels incomplete, and that pretty much told me, hey man, you gotta go back and figure it out another time. But there were other games I was distracted by at the moment, or distracted by when I first played the game. All right, sure enough, that's what you're supposed to do. Just gotta beat him up for the curry rice. Hey, there we go. Got it. Hey, and the Lilith soul too. Hey, it's Lilith! It's Lilith, the artist behind my emotes and my profile picture. There she is, right there. Let's see. We can go to the teleport room up there. Didn't mean to miss that. I haven't really been looking at the enemy name things on the side of the screen. I know they're there, but it's just... like, unless I'm trying to find weaknesses to an enemy, I'm not really super concerned with learning the names of enemies immediately. All right. Oh, so something else about the JoJo's OVAs that I was mentioning. So, obviously, you know, it's revealed in those OVAs and in the series that Dio can stop time with his power, but the thing that the OVA accomplishes that I really found super awesome was the way in which that they could convey Dio being genuinely unnerving and scary when he's being fought with. Because like there's this like there are these scenes that will happen where Dio's expounding to Jotaro and he'll be talking and then he'll just blink out of existence for a second, like he's just gone. No VFX, no special effects of any kind. He literally just vanishes, and it's just something that I find really cool to convey how scary Time Stop is as a power. It's just one of those things you gotta see to get it, because when I saw it, I was like, oh, holy shit. Like, This series about super huge muscular guys throwing ghosts at each other that are named after various tarot cards and music bands and artists. It's really interesting to see a character actually be scary. Alright, so I think what it said was that the Yeti was around the start. Or around the forest, so he's probably to the right, actually. Because what I need to do is throw the curry to lure him, I think. But I didn't know that that Yetis were huge fans of curry. Probably would have been a good know-how for that one guy on Sci-Fi Channel that did videos on paranormal and like supernatural and paranormal stuff. Is it here? Or is it a different room? Oh my god, the curry does damage? Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's funny. Could I beat Dario with curry? That'd be wonderful. Oh, I just noticed they have like a little puff of smoke appear around Soma's head to indicate how cold he is. That's... God, you know what? See what I mean? Just little details like that. They're so fun. They're so fun to see. Maybe it was here. Okay, I guess not. Hold on. Oh, very first room. Okay, so I was in the right idea, but I was in the wrong location. Also, apparently, according to what I saw, it's actually the Yeti's actually really hard to kill, so I think I have an idea on what I can do then. Not that, that one. Like, I probably would not have been able to guess a lot of this stuff just by playing the game itself, so... Again, a lot of Castlevania is more esoteric, or not esoteric, but a lot of Castlevania is more obscure, odd details or things that I probably needed to look up ahead of time. I mean, it's how I was able to even finish Aria of Sorrow the way I did when I first played it on the Wii U. Wrong one. He ran away. God damn it. There we go. Create a white orb of dark power that grows as it rolls. Ooh. What does that do? Let's see that. I want to see that. Oh, I'm creating a damaging snowball. That's wonderful. Cool. So yeah, that's the strat. You just use the Yeti with the that's the strat. You use the Yeti power at some point, I imagine, but for that, I literally just use the waiter skeleton followed by the Zephyr on the other end of things because it's fast. So there we go. Cool. All right, so that's the Yeti. So next is Mothman and the Flying Humanoid. I don't know where the fuck I'd be able to find those though. Yeah, let's go get to the hub area and then we'll save and then we will end for the night. Because we made a good amount of progress, but I'm tired and my, as I mentioned before, I need to be able to walk around after sitting for a while. So, I want to thank you all for joining me tonight. It's been fun as always, getting to chat with you all about manga, TV, Castlevania, and Dio Brando. Always a good time to talk, especially talking about Dio Brando. But yeah, that's gonna be everything. So thank you all for joining me tonight. If you want to see when I go live next, if you're watching this on YouTube, hi YouTube, I usually post when I go live on Blue Sky and YouTube, like the community page. So mostly Blue Sky is where I've been posting, so follow me there to get the latest on my schedules and when I'm live and what games I'll be playing. So yeah, besides that, nothing else really major announced. I'll be keeping to the schedule that I set out to the best of my ability. So refer to that. As always, my streams are at 7 p.m. CST. So give or take maybe half an hour, so 7:30, depending if I have something happening. So yeah, with that said, take care of yourselves, everybody, and I will see you all next time. Stay hydrated and keep your postures checked.